This episode is brought to you by Mate Affiliates. If you're in the game for the long run, two things really matter: what you earn and who's in your corner. Big commissions are great, sure, but they don't mean much without support. Mate delivers both. Find an affiliate program that's serious about your growth and shows up when it counts. Find that out at mateaffiliates.com.
First attempt at a pitch, I would keep it brief, I would keep it relevant to the audience and personalized if possible, and have a call to action. Tell them what you want them to do.
You're listening to the Affiliate Marketing Podcast, powered by Affiverse, ultimate destination for affiliate program news, insights, growth opportunities, partnerships, and affiliate program strategy. Whether you're an advertiser, publisher, platform partner, agency, or entrepreneur, we've got the tools, trends, thought leaders invited here to help you to thrive in the fast-changing digital economy. What if I told you building successful affiliate relationships is as easy as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5? In this final episode of the series, I've brought in Leanna Klein, the head of Affiverse Agency, as we talk through a jam-packed session covering our 5-step flywheel on building affiliate relationships that last. In this episode, we're going to be unraveling 5 key stages that you need to invest in to ensure programs launch and scale successfully. If you're new to the industry or starting out as an affiliate manager, this episode is the only one that you're going to need to listen to this quarter. We're diving into the specifics of how to make relationships last, becoming a person of influence, and why that's all related to our very own flywheel formula that we teach both in our AMP Training Academy, which helps affiliate managers grow, scale, and increase their programs, teaching practical tips and tricks over a 12-week curated program. For now, I'm pleased to invite and welcome back Leanna Klein on the mic as we take you through the 5 steps every affiliate manager needs to know about building successful affiliate partnerships. Welcome to this week's Affiliate Marketing Podcast. And today I am inviting my best friend and also the head of our agency, Leanna Klein, onto the mic to talk about how to build successful partnerships, because there really is nobody else that I know in the affiliate space that does this as well as her. So Leanna, welcome onto the mic again. It's a pleasure to have you here with me today. We are going to be giving a lot of value bombs in this episode, I'm sure. But before we get started, just tell our audience a little bit about yourself and what you do, and then we'll crack on with the 5-step flywheel that we've created in our own agency that we are now going to share with everybody else this week about how to build successful partnerships.
Yes, we are going to share some of our secrets. Thanks for having me on again, Leanne. As Leanne mentioned, I am working on the agency side of Affiverse. So my job is to help with the clients and run the account management team. I have been in affiliate marketing for close to 18 years now. So quite a while. And I have learned a few tricks along the way about keeping relationships alive. Even the other day, I was looking for a partner for one of our clients, and I looked all the way back in my database about 4 years and dug out somebody who I lost touch with. So there's a lot of things you can do to keep relationships going and keep them strong, and I'm hoping I can share some value today.
I'm going to kick off this season finale, because this is the last episode in the current season, which has really followed the trend of how to build successful affiliate partnerships, because everybody approaches it in a very different way. Affiliate managers come into the industry from different backgrounds, different skill sets, and really relationships are the key thing that keeps this industry kind of rolling forward. So understanding how to build and secure good partnerships with new affiliates is probably the first skill set that you need to tap in and hone when you become an affiliate manager. But from your perspective, working with some of the clients here and also in previous roles that you've had, what are some of the practical steps that affiliates and managers can take to better control their profile? Because flywheel number 1, and we're going to mention the flywheel all the way through this episode, is to perfect your profile. So making sure that you're really contactable, that when you do contact an affiliate, they can really quickly and easily find out who you are, understand if you're a legitimate contact, and then obviously respond to your email. So let's talk about some of the tips and tools that you've used in the past to actually build your personal profile in order to get yourself to a point where affiliates always answer your emails, because that's the holy grail, right? Is every single email you send, you want to get a response back.
Yeah, I mean, and that's difficult to do, is to get a response from everyone. But I think the key, as you said, is to create a visibility around yourself that allows others to know exactly what you're doing and how you can help them. One of the things that I learned from you, because you checked my LinkedIn one day and said, hey, you're saying your job title. That's not useful. You must say what you do and how you help. Go into your LinkedIn profile or other social media channels that you use for business and make sure that it shows how you can help others rather than just the job title of what you do. A job title, it can say a lot, but it can also say very little. I've seen job titles which are super long and they mean nothing, but what the person actually does brings a lot of value. So that's one thing that you can do. I also think talking about the items within your portfolio that are relevant. So when you are on social media, when you are actually putting things into emails, you need to share that you have some knowledge. And I know it sounds silly, but you have to give away your secret sauce every once in a while to make people listen to you. So when you put up a post, say on LinkedIn, and it is relevant to your audience and you want that to be front of mind, I would recommend pinning that post to your profile so that when somebody comes onto your profile, they can actually see who you are and that you're talking about relevant things that actually apply to them. In terms of having people respond to your emails, that's difficult. But if you stay in touch on a human basis regularly, then you're more likely to get a response. So some of the things that we do at Affiverse is we share information, we teach. So when we do send out an email to our database, we try to make it relevant to those that we're speaking with. And we give them tips, tricks, tools, downloadables, things that can actually give them a leg up in their own role. And I think that stays front of mind a little bit more than just a generic email of, hey, look what we're doing over here today, because it is more relevant to them.
It's one of these micro interactions. So, if you want to build solid relationships, you yourself need to be presentable. So thinking about how you present yourself online, and that could be either on your website or in your LinkedIn profile or on Instagram or whatever channel it is that's relevant for you and the partners that you're looking to attract. Remember that people are always going to look at who you are and what you do and what you stand for. So building trust starts with having the content about who you are as an affiliate manager and how you are going to be to work with, getting that whole persona right. And that's not sharing everything that you do in your personal life on your LinkedIn profile or on your Instagram page. That's just giving people a flavor of who you are as a person because, and I say this all the time, people buy people. So before you try and establish a relationship with a potential publisher that you've never worked with before, they are going to go and research who you are and go to look on the internet what is said about you. Not only you, but also your affiliate program. So making sure that your profile is tidy, that it's clearly showing affiliates how they can work with you, how they can contact you, what your latest promo or offer is a really easy place to start establishing trust. One of the other things that I think is really underutilized and undervalued is the banner that goes behind your face on your LinkedIn profile. If you're thinking about LinkedIn as a business platform, it's probably the only business platform that's relevant in our industry. A lot of people have that blank. And to me, that's such a shame because you could actually have a really nice banner that says what the USPs of your affiliate program is and or maybe shows a testimonial of an affiliate that's worked with you before that then helps you to build trust. So you got to think about building trust, not just as that first cold call outreach email, but what happens before that email hits your publisher's inbox. So you might want to, start lurking on their social media pages, comment on their X posts or Facebook posts or whatever channel it is that you're looking to contact these people. You might want to get into community groups and start chatting and answering questions that they have. There's a lot of Telegram groups that are out there that have publishers in them, like networking groups, Slack chats. And anybody that says anything on any of my posts, and I don't know if you're the same as this, but I always go check out who that person is if they comment on my post. And I make an assessment of who that person is and what they're all about based on what I see in their LinkedIn profile.
I also tend to go to their LinkedIn for their company as well and see what the company is all about. And I think you mentioned just now that the affiliate website, so the website in front of your affiliate program also needs to be ready for those who are visiting. Yeah. I see so many generic affiliate websites that just say, hey, we have an affiliate program, come earn commission with us. That's very nice. But you probably have a few unique selling points that you can put out there as well. So in addition to having your own personal profile prepared, you should also have your company's front end looking as though, it's ready and it's there for the affiliate to learn more about the program. I think that's incredibly important.
Yeah, a lot of publishers I speak to still today, they don't even know how to find an affiliate program. So they know they've got traffic for a certain product. I remember really clearly, we were working with an e-commerce store. They were looking for publishers that could promote like furniture, so actual like pieces of furniture. And we did some research for them. And one of the top furniture stores in the world had an affiliate program, but it was nowhere to be found on their website. So the affiliate actually discounted that brand as a brand that they could potentially work with simply because they couldn't find the link to actually join the affiliate program, which is really sad because that brand is missing out on having partners who actually want to promote their products and services. And it happens quite a lot and unexpectedly. We see clients that launch affiliate programs, they get everything ready, but then they don't actually have a marketing strategy to go behind their affiliate program. And they just think that affiliates are going to somehow miraculously find them. So I think leveraging your personal profile and making sure that you're ready to communicate and that you're set up to really tell a clear story about who you are, what you're promoting, and what your program does is the first step that affiliate managers need to take in order to build successful relationships. And it's those tiny micro moments that happen before the cold call email gets sent out that actually impacts whether your email is going to get answered. I know that our team also spends a lot of time connecting with publishers and companies online and reading through the scrolls and the posts and everything that is being pushed out. So it does take a lot of time to actually also formulate an understanding of who this publisher is before you email them. And the success rate of making that first contact is everything in a program. If you're sending out emails and you're not getting answers, you're actually just wasting a lot of time. And I think a lot of affiliate managers listening to this probably still do that.
Yeah, and I think it's not their fault. I think they just haven't found the right path through. So listening to podcasts like this or reading newsletters where you get those types of tips from people who have been doing it for a long time, that's very helpful. Going onto LinkedIn and creating relationships is strange because sometimes you're actually liking the post of a stranger because it happened to come up on your feed. But I don't think you should be shy about it. Like that post, make a comment if you want. Eventually that individual will remember your name and they'll remember that you've had a genuine interaction with them. And then when you do send that kind of cold call email, if you want to call it that, it's much easier for them to go, oh yeah, that person, I've seen them online before. I've actually seen what they do. And this might be a great conversation.
And just think about it this way. Every like and comment that you give on any kind of publisher's scroll, feed, landing page, whatever it is, it helps them too because it helps them get reach. So nobody's going to think it's weird that you like and comment on a post that they've posted because that's exactly why they're posting, to go reach thousands of other people online. So leverage those social media channels, build your profile, get yourself ready to connect with people before you just start spamming out those cold call emails. So let's get to the perfecting your pitch, because once you've got and there is 5 steps here that we need to cover in the episode. So we are moving through this quite quickly, but once you cover your personal profile and you get yourself ready to actually engage and you've optimized that profile so that affiliates, when they do look up your name and your surname, they find something relevant about you and they know that you're a person that can be trusted. There's some kind of digital footprint about you and your affiliate program. How do you start to perfect the pitch? Because that cold calling is still very much required in this industry to go and build relationships, bring affiliates into your platform, into your program. What are some of the top tips that you explain to our team to actually get those emails through the noise? Because there is a lot of noise. Like I read a stat the other day, on average, every human now gets 120 plus emails a day. So how are you breaking through that noise? It's the biggest problem that I think most affiliate managers have at the moment that are growing programs.
Right. And we can also see it from the other side because we're also getting pitched at on a regular basis. And on occasion, one catches my eye and I go, wow, that's actually really relevant to me. So I think that's the first thing is to keep it relevant to the person that you're pitching. So I know it's difficult to do your outreach one by one, but if you have a specific audience that you're reaching out to who all might benefit from something that you do, or say that could be one way to send a more like a mass email to everyone if you know that the audience are all going to be engaged with that. But where possible, it's nice to reach out individually and actually show the individual that you know who they are. Yeah. And make sure you get what you want out there very quickly because you don't want to waste their time. I only read the first line, and if it's not relevant to me, I delete that email. I have seen emails where it's only 2 lines and that catches my eye right away. And if it's relevant to me, that's one that I might actually respond to, as opposed to one which is 2 paragraphs long. But I also want, maybe that's the first email. In the second round, I want maybe for them to bring me some value. So if I didn't really pay attention to the first outreach, but then the second outreach, they say, hey, but actually, I just wanted to point out that we did this study. Here's some information. Then I might grab on to the second email a little bit easier because it's something that's going to be useful to me. So in your first attempt at a pitch, I would keep it brief. I would keep it relevant to the audience and personalized if possible, and have a call to action. Tell them what you want them to do.
Never leave an email open-ended. I think that's the best piece of advice I've ever received in terms of sales skills. Never, ever leave an email open-ended. And always remember that depending on where you are in your life cycle of your affiliate program, if you're right at the beginning and you're just trying to get affiliates on board, you are going to have to do cold call emails to build awareness of the fact that the program is already there. So think about who are you targeting and segment your cold call emails into buckets as well. So if you're targeting influencers, use language and content that is relevant to influencers. If you're trying to bring in paid or PPC affiliates, use content that's relevant to those types of partners. Yeah. So while you can't personalize every email that you send out when you're at the beginning of your life cycle, you can take a sniper gun approach instead of a shotgun. Because most of the emails that I get still today, even though I'm not actually an affiliate, is, hi, my name is, I'm from this company, and we're offering you this much commission. You don't actually tell me why I should promote you. Like, why you instead of somebody else? I've never received an email that goes, this is what our product is. This is what customers say about our product. This is how our nearest competitors benchmark. This is how we differentiate our product. Those are the things, the sales language that affiliates actually really want to know. It's not about how much commission are you paying me, because that I can look up on a directory somewhere. And it's not your name and your surname and your company name, because that comes through on the email in the inbox. Yeah. So you've already wasted the first 2 lines of content of your outbound email talking about stuff that is just a waste of time that the affiliate can see and deduce from the title.
Yeah. And then when you get to the end of the email and there's no call to action, it doesn't tell you what they want you to do next, then it's like, even if the first part was perfect and it caught your eye and you were ready to go, and it doesn't tell you what to do next, like reach out to me or let's book a call, or you might lose them anyway. So you do have to have it down from the very start to the very end. And as you said, don't waste any kind of time or space on it. Don't make it too long. Make it relevant. Make sure they know what they need to do at the end.
Okay. So we talked about building your profile and establishing trust, because trust is the thing that helps you to then build a relationship. We've talked about some key topics around cold call outreach. The only other question that I did want to ask, which actually came up yesterday in a session that I held live on Zoom, was how many times should you be emailing an affiliate before you start getting too spammy? Because a lot of affiliate managers struggle with that. Like, some are really cool with emailing multiple times and they've got thick skin. Some don't want to irritate in terms of over emailing or over spamming somebody if they haven't actually responded. So what's the kind of litmus test for sending out cold call emails?
This can vary. I personally think 3 to 5 emails is enough. I would go up to 7, but then I come from a telemarketing background, so you just call them and call them. But you can actually, as long as your emails are varied, you're not saying the same thing over and over. You are giving enough time between each mail for them to actually respond, because maybe they're out of office, super busy, what have you. Then I don't think it's too bad to give up to 5 emails in a follow-up sequence. If you're uncomfortable with it, then try a different approach and go 2 emails and then go to a forum or a social channel or somewhere where you can interact with them in a different way, and then go back to your 3rd or 4th follow-up. So you can create a different experience by utilizing different channels. But I would say even up to 7 emails is fine. Anything beyond that is a lot. Then now you're just spamming me, and I am likely to either unsubscribe or ask you to stop. But I get busy, and sometimes I miss things that I should maybe have answered an email or 2 ago. If they're not people that I'm dealing with directly on a daily basis, I pass over them because I have other priorities that day. And a little reminder to bump it to the top of my inbox is not harmful at all.
And I think it's less what you say, it's how you say it. So, your emails don't get more aggressive over time. They actually just get more friendly and a little bit lighter, because you've said everything that you needed to say in the first email, hopefully. if you follow the guidelines that we've given you. But okay, so we've spoken about how to become a person that looks trustworthy. So getting your profile ready. Then we've spoken about some tips about what not to say in your outreach email to build that relationship. And we've spoken about the cadence of how often you should be sending out these cold call emails. What else can you be doing to actually build a better response rate? Like one of the things that I think affiliate managers need to be doing is they need to be actually posting about what their program is, what their program does. They need to be having comment on the industry, because that also gives affiliates a flavor for who they're getting into bed with. So before you decide who to work with, you're going to go and scope them out and say, are they a legit company? What are their ethos? Do their morals, do their values align with what I want to do with my affiliate business? So publishing your ideas or becoming a person of influence, where you're actually becoming a voice in the industry, you're contributing to the industry, you're giving information to the industry about your program, product, service, whatever it is that you're offering, becomes a really important piece. And we found that this is really important in SaaS businesses specifically. So visibility is one thing. So if you're visible as an affiliate manager, that's one thing. But publishing thought leadership takes you to that next level as a trusted source or person that an affiliate can rely on. So how is content publishing, whether it's podcasts, blogs, social media posts, how has that helped you to become a trusted industry voice? You've posted things as well quite regularly in order to grow your LinkedIn presence too. So how has that actually helped?
I mean, yes, it's grown over the past few years because I've put a little bit more effort behind it. I think the posts that I get the most attention on are the ones which others can relate to. So if I'm telling about an experience that I had with a partner, or a win that I had when I was launching an affiliate program, or something that I saw that was of interest to me. So something which is genuine and unique to me, those types of stories and posts and things that you publish, those seem to get the best reaction. People actually want to interact, make a comment, have a conversation with you, whether that's on LinkedIn or a forum or even like a podcast. I've done several with you and people have commented on them, but I've done some outside of Affiverse as well. And somebody actually recognized me at a conference one time and said, "You're that girl." But I think that's all because I'm sharing genuine experience as opposed to just saying, here are the rules of affiliate marketing.
It's a really good point, especially now in the age of AI, because everybody's generating content off AI, but it's not their own authentic voice. I see a lot of people posting on LinkedIn, on all channels, TikTok, everywhere else. But that is content that isn't coming from them. It's coming from stuff that other people have created that they've then thrown into ChatGPT and said, make me more content like this. Now, that's a problem, because when you do eventually meet an affiliate at a event or a forum or wherever you're going to go, because this industry runs on physical and in-person events as well, there's going to be a disconnect between who you've portrayed yourself to be online and in events and things and who you are as a person in real life. And I've actually had that experience. So not that I've posted GPT content, but that I've actually met people in events and they've gone, I've followed you for years on LinkedIn. I've now finally met you and you're exactly the same as how I imagined you to be on LinkedIn. And I say yes, because what you see on LinkedIn is exactly what you get in real life. Everything that I post, everything that I create, and I do use AI tools to curate my own content, but the thought and the message and the thing that I'm sharing is always authentically me. So you need to elevate your profile by being authentic and by having an opinion. And I think a lot of affiliate managers are scared to have opinions about how they should be working with their partners, what they should be doing, because they don't want to have comment. They just want to blend into the background. But the truth is that if you really want to build a successful affiliate program, you've got to be comfortable with not blending in, because there are going to be difficult conversations to be had. There might be commercials that you need to be negotiating. So you've got to learn to have an opinion, and you've got to learn to attract the affiliates that are right for your program into your program. And that means pushing out content that attracts them to you. So I think it's not enough to just have a really nice polished affiliate profile to build a good relationship. It's not enough to have really good cold call outreach sequences. You also need to be stepping into the community and having an opinion in order to actually grow.
Yeah. I mean, you can do that through content on social channels. You can also do it in forums. If ever you want to be helpful to someone in a forum, I tried that once. This is the outcome of what I did. Because people will remember that. Oh, yes, this person actually gave me a little tip, gave me some assistance. And on the point of using AI to create some content, I think if you use it in mixture, it's totally appropriate. So I use AI personally just to organize my thoughts into a more professional kind of way of looking. But what I do when I prompt is I like to put in my example. So I'll say, oh, I want to create a post, but I want to create a post around this experience that I just had. And this is what happened. So I'm giving it my personal experience to just make the post polished and nice and in a nice format for that particular channel, keeping it within a certain number of words and that sort of thing. So I'm using it as a tool, but I'm not using it to create my experience or to create my opinion. Yeah. And I think that's what you're saying. But when you use it mixed in with forum posts, with maybe you do live panels or you record a podcast, then people also see that you're a real human. And that your opinions come off the tip of your tongue as well. They don't just come out of an AI-generated tool. So I think it's important to mix it up and actually be in several different places in order to make it genuine.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, so we've spoken about profile. We've spoken about perfecting the pitch. We've spoken about elevating your thoughts, your opinions, your morals, your values out into the kind of community so that you can attract affiliates to you. And now I want to talk a little bit about productizing your skills and services. So it's all great that you can get the affiliate into the program, but then what happens next? So we're talking about things like service level SLAs, onboarding processes, training affiliates so they can get going as quickly as possible, creating the right communication sequences, because building a good relationship isn't just about getting them in the door. It's also about what happens after they're in the door of your affiliate program. So could you share a case study or an example where you were packaging services that an existing program had and reforming them so that they improved onboarding, for example, because that's the next step in the flywheel is we've got them in now, we've built that trust. Now, what do we do to actually keep that trust and keep them loyal, which is just as hard as finding them in the first place. So maybe let's talk about a story that we've had where the program that was running, it wasn't really working. How did we assess it? What did we do? So I'm going to give the mic over to you to talk through some of the steps that we took to improve that program.
I mean, I think this is pretty easy for me to come up with an example because we've just now come to the end of helping one of our clients to create a different, unique experience for their influencers versus other publishers. Because what we were finding was, and the affiliate program it's quite established. It's not that it was broken. It wasn't broken. But what we found was when getting on the phone with an influencer and giving them ideas of how they could create a better conversion rate and where to pop the information into their content and their videos and what they could do to strengthen the message, we saw a much better performance from those influencers. So we thought, well, we can hop on a call with every single one and walk them through, but not everybody has that time. And some of them will not necessarily agree with you. So instead, going through the activation flow for the partners, we thought, let's catch them right at the beginning and give them these tips and this information from the start. And then let's go backwards in time to those who have signed up a while ago and also ensure that they get it, but they need it in different ways. One as a welcome pack and the other as a toolkit, helpful kit. So we worked through which publishers were doing very well. We gave them a separate message from the others. Those who were brand new got a separate message. And those who maybe just had gone quiet and hadn't done much in a while, we gave them yet another message. So tailoring it to each one, we provided them with process and tips and tools that they could use to increase their conversion rate and make their promotion of the product much more effective.
Some of the clients that we've actually worked with have actually gone the extra mile and paid for the tools so that the influencer or publisher can actually have access to this data. And there's a lot of really cool tools that we use in our agency. If anybody wants to get a list of that, you can just contact us on LinkedIn and we'll give you what we call the MOFO list of tools that we've ever tried, tested, and or used or not used in that list. And you can go and crack on and find some for your own program. But I think segmentation is a really big thing. We get into the habit of, we've got all people that are inactive in the program and we deal with them all as one bucket instead of segmenting them further into different subcategories because we think, we've got to do a reactivation campaign, so let's do that. And the one size fits all approach doesn't work. The other thing that was really important with this particular client, and unfortunately we can't share their name, but is that a lot of the influencers were actually across different age groups. So what you do for Gen Alpha and what you do for Gen Z and what you do for millennials are actually completely different, because they all relate to the internet in a different way. So some people wanted things sent to them on Telegram. Some people wanted to get an email. Some people wanted to get into a live Zoom call and have a chat. And you really need to start to think about, how do you communicate more effectively with the different affiliates that you have and really segment them properly, so that the onboarding experience that you give to them feels natural to them and they're not having to work extra hard to find the information that they need and want. So just looking at your program, taking the lens off and actually looking at it as an affiliate. So kind of like, what would my affiliate do? Ask yourself that question when you're launching and signing up to your own affiliate program, and go through that audit process of understanding, how can you make this a lot easier for an influencer, for a paid publisher, for a SEO publisher? What is the information flow that they all need and want? And really simplifying that, because we saw a really big increase in this, and we're literally sharing this case study with you right now.
And a pro tip on segmenting your audience, and one thing that we've looked at in a lot of audits that we've done of programs, is that you have to get it right from the sign-up page. So as they're signing up, you want enough information to know who they are and what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, but not so much information that you're scaring them away because you're asking for the name of their firstborn child. So you have to get that sign-up page right at the beginning. And I think most partners are willing to share a little bit about what they're doing, because that it is a partnership and they know that's what it is. So if you ask for a few, you can take the basics of their email and, where they're getting their traffic from and what the name of their company is. But you can also ask for a little bit more. What geos are you strong in? What channels are you going to promote on? Do you have any first-party data that you can use? These are questions you're allowed to ask. And if you don't make the sign-up flow too long, you're going to get a little bit more detail and have better segmentation from the start and know how to treat that partner right off the bat.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so we're coming up to the fifth spoke in the flywheel now. So we've covered your profile, we've covered perfecting your pitch, we've covered publishing information so that you become a person of trust. We've talked about productizing your onboarding experience and the retention experience of how you treat your partners once they're in your program. But what about the partnerships experience? So a question that I actually literally got asked yesterday, which I'm going to bring in to pose here, is at the heart of affiliate marketing is partnerships, but how do you both decide who to collaborate with and what makes a partnership truly valuable? So this is a question that has actually come into the team from yesterday's live webinar, and I thought it's perfect for today's podcast. So how should we answer this, Leanna? I don't know if you want to go fast.
This is actually a very difficult question, because obviously when you look at your affiliate program, you're going to take your top performing affiliates and you're going to put them into a bucket and say, these guys are my priority. It's an automatic thing. You don't even mean to do it. You just do it. But I also have great partners who answer me right away every time and can help me push numbers at the end of the month when I haven't met my targets. Those partners are equally as important as the top sales drivers, because they're helping me to meet my KPIs within a specific amount of time. And then I have partners where it's worked with one client or on one program, but not necessarily on another. So it's very difficult to say how you should value your partners. And then it just comes to one conclusion, which is you need to value them all equally and give them as much of your time as you possibly can. And yes, you need to prioritize every day the tasks that you're going to do in order to create and strengthen those partnerships. But I think and I like to do this, I like to time block a couple of hours a week where I spend on inactive partners, smaller partners, new partners that maybe aren't going to launch right away. So those which aren't going to give me the push that I need right in this instant, but the relationship is still valuable and may be valuable again down the line for the same program later down the road or for another program that I'm working on.
I'm just going to chip in and agree with what Leanna said. A lot of the programs that we work on, we often find that the affiliate in-house team is actually focusing all of their effort in all the wrong places and with all the wrong partner types. So it really does do you good to take stock every 6 months, look at who's in that top partner program, and really have a deep dive into what's happening in the segment that's just underneath them. Because often opportunities are missed because we're not giving the attention to the partners that are right behind the top performing ones that could actually become top performing partners. So at least twice a year, go and have a deep dive into what's happening outside of the like really core partners that you're working with, and see if there is opportunities for sites that are growing from the time when and you've got tools to look at all of these things as affiliate managers. There's various tools that you can use to check traffic sources. But the partners that are growing fastest but might not be sending you all of their traffic are actually partners that you need to be spending time with. So it's important not to put all your eggs in one basket and only focus on the top 20% of affiliates that give you 80% of the revenue. That whole metric is now dead. And the new formulas that are happening in affiliate program management, because our funnel flow is dead. So you can find partners in different channels that become really top performing partners if there's niches that you're targeting that you haven't had time to look at because you're focusing all your effort on keeping your top performing partners active. So it's very important, I think, a minimum every 6 months to just have a little deep dive and give yourself a project, give your team a project to go and have a look at what's happening in those sectors and to question yourself quarter on quarter. Are you focusing your effort in all the right places to meet the KPIs that you need to meet? And that's where you're going to start building really good partnerships, because you're going to find partners that you can invest in, that you can double down on, that you can give some more time to, and they're going to reward you with more traffic. So like I said, we've got some partners at the end of the month that you give a quick call if you need to meet a quota, and they're always happy to do it because you've built that relationship and you've kept it strong, even though they're not a top performing partner right now in the program that you're working with.
At the beginning of the call, I also mentioned that I had a partner who I hadn't spoken with for a few years, and then I went back. And the thing was, the program didn't require that partner at the start. There was, programs go through cycles as well. Sometimes it's about building the brand awareness. Sometimes it's about strengthening the consideration phase. And sometimes it's about making sure that conversion is coming through. And so not every partner is right for every program at every moment.
Yeah.
And so this was a very good example of, I needed a partner for a very specific task. I hadn't worked with them for a while because they weren't needed on the program that I was working on. But as soon as I saw the opportunity to work with them again, I reached out and I said, you're the first person I thought of. I needed to get in contact with you. I hope you're still doing all of these things. And because the relationship was strong before, we were able to bring it back on track, chat about what had happened in the past couple of years, what was new. They had a lot of changes, and actually they're running very smoothly and very well on the program that we put them on. So it was really good to rehash that and put them into a place where we could really have that strength of partnership again and be mutually beneficial to each other.
I would say no partnership made is ever wasted, because you might not need that partner now in the current job that you have, but you might move on to a new program later on as your career develops, and that partner could become really important to you. So have a process in place in your program that keeps partnerships active. So it keeps people engaged, allows you the opportunity to connect with them. Maybe not every day or every week, but at least once a quarter or even twice a year is enough, because you never know when that partnership or that traffic source might become important to you. So we're going to wrap it up now, because we've done I call it the 5 Ps flywheel, because we laid out 5 Ps, which was build your profile, helps you to build and connect to partners in a better way. Perfect your pitch, which helps save partners time and gets them into your program much quicker than a cold call blast to the same segmentation of audiences. Publish your ideas and get into the community so that you're more relatable and that affiliates will want to actually do business with you. Productize your program so that it's super easy for affiliates to get in, get on, and get what they need, and they have a really good onboarding experience with you. And then create partnerships that last through micro interactions. Like, you don't have to be in everybody's pocket all the time, but you can just work with partners and bring them in. And if the traffic isn't suitable now, keep them warm and then bring them back later. Don't ever waste any kind of partnership. For anyone listening who wants to become a person of influence in affiliate marketing, because this is really the most difficult part out of the 5 Ps that we've given you to building lasting relationships with affiliates. And it literally is the way that we live and eat, sleep and breathe in our own agency. What is the one action that they should start with today? Like, if somebody wants to start to build their profile as an affiliate manager in the community, they want to start to really attract affiliates to them rather than trying to go hunt for affiliates all the time. What's the one big key message that you've experienced, because you've spent a couple of years doing this now yourself, that you think they should start with today?
That's tough. I would say either perfect your profile, as you said, make sure that your profile says what you do and how you can help, and the image even behind you says something great that is relevant, but the posting consistently, I think, is the most important part.
Yeah.
And I'm maybe not the strongest at it. I know you do an incredible job at posting consistently because you're there every day, every couple of days. And I'm more of a maybe once a week kind of a person.
Yeah.
But consistency is what's needed, because then you don't leave people's minds. You're always a part of the conversation. You're coming up in their feeds. They understand what you do. So posting consistently, I think, is the relevant one.
Yeah, you just have to, and I'm going to coin a phrase, you just need to be like Nike and just do it. As simple as it is. So I hope that this has helped people listening to this podcast about how to build successful partnerships. Again, a reminder, if you want to get a list of our MoFo tools list that we use in our agency, you can reach out to either myself or Leanna on LinkedIn. Really think about these 5 Ps of the flywheel of building successful relationships, because we live and eat, sleep and breathe it in our own agency, and it works for us. So we hope that it works for you. Lena, it's been a pleasure to have you on the podcast again. I just love riffing with you on the mic. It's great. And hope to see you guys all at events when we get to the next one soon in October, in a couple of weeks.
Thanks for having me, Leanne.
Are you looking to level up your affiliate program management skills? Join the Affiliate Manager Performance Program, or AMP as we call it, a 12-week mastermind for affiliate program managers. Whether you're a new affiliate account executive just joining the industry or an affiliate manager, the AMP Mastermind offers 12 weeks of insightful video tips, tactics, and strategies designed to help you elevate your affiliate program growth. You'll find new ways of optimizing your outbound affiliate recruitment and program management tactics that have supported million-dollar programs to scale. You'll get inside access to resources, tools, tips, and cheat sheets that will help your affiliate program to scale even more. Access on-demand tutorials each week, coupled with regular virtual Ask Me Anything sessions and a host of other practical resources. You'll fast-track your skills and learn with peers that work in affiliate program management, and you'll find out how to practically apply those learnings to your program or industry. Head on over to affiversemedia.com/AMP, that's AMPP, to join our AMP cohort today.